Hey guys, it's been a while. I had a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm back and I'm excited to share 5 flowers that are currently available, and I hope you enjoy this video. As you can see, I've got some real beauties today. So I'll get started. So the 5 flowers I'm going to go through today are Kale, or ornamental kale. I have some beautiful pink Noreen. Let's pop those down. I have some gorgeous China Aster. Oops, stuck. And some status. I'm going to start with beautiful stock. You will see more clumped versions of stock, almost to the point if you're not looking closely enough, you can't tell that they're individual florets. But this type sort of just really, you really get to see the little florets. So they do look quite spindly, whereas the other thicker types are more impactful in my opinion because they're sturdier and they're bigger, fatter. But these are good table arrangements and anything really, especially if you want negative space and you want the details to flow like this. I thought at first that I wasn't a fan of these spindlier types of stock, but I actually really have begun to love how individual they are and how you get to appreciate all the little flowers compared to the other version. And isn't this color beautiful? So I read the stock are Mediterranean descent, and they're just such a beautiful scented flower. It's one of my favorite scents, definitely. They last up to a week. You will need to continue to recut the stems, change the water, and you should be able to get up to a week with them. And they're available autumn till spring. They come in an abundance of colors, including peach, pink, white, this gorgeous purple, yellow, just so many colors. Another look, because they're just a beautiful, beautiful flower. Good for pretty much all designs. They are straight, so you do have to be mindful of where you use them and how you use them. But bouquets, wedding bouquets even, table arrangements, they're just a great flower. But they will need to be kept in water. I had these left out a little bit, and yeah, they're kind of suffering a little bit, so they definitely need to be in water. The next flowers I am going to show you are the ornamental kale, also known as cabbage roses and leaf peonies in Japan. They're just a beautiful, beautiful flower. I call them kale, but they're ornamental. They are supposedly edible, just like other kales that you see at the grocery store or at your fruit market, but I would not eat them if they're not grown by you or someone you know. Definitely don't eat them if they're bought from the flower market. They're available from autumn to winter. They last up to 2 weeks, and they're supposedly another Mediterranean flower. This color is probably my favorite, especially for in weddings. It's got these sort of pinky purpley color inside, then it's creamy, looks way more yellow, but anyway, it's creamy, and then the green undersides. You can get other colors, and they include red, pink, deep purple. These can be used for any arrangement. They're a good flower, good amount of, so they're a focal flower because of how round and big they are. These are sort of on the smaller side, but you can get bigger heads and longer stems. So these are more round in shape. You can get more, what would you call it, like jagged shaped leaves. Yeah, so you aren't limited to just these. Are known to be a stinky flower. So when you cut the stems, just add a drop of bleach each time you change the water. As the leaves turn yellow, just pull them off, and you can keep your flower as is for a longer time. So don't throw it out when it's yellowing, just pull them off. Change the water, cut the stem, add a bit of bleach, and you should be good to go. It might not take away the stinky, it just smells like stinky cabbage smell. You might not be able to get rid of that, but the bleach should help. These beauties are called China Asters. They're from China. And I have heard Korea as well. I love the yellow centers. They're available from summer to late autumn, but you could probably get them year round, and that's due to greenhouse grown. So these guys should last up to 10 days. For the most part, they all have the yellow center in them. I love yellow and pink together, so that doesn't bother me. But the other colors they come in are purple, apricot, peach color. I have heard blue. I've never seen blue. Green, red, and different in between colors. But yeah, they're a good flower to have, especially because, you know, if lasting up to 10 days, and the many different colors they can come in. You can grow these in, well, all flowers you can grow in your own garden, but I've seen these at the market recently in little pots, which were really cute, or you can buy them as is, as a cut flower. They're a good flower for any arrangement. I don't tend to use flower foam, so I can't really comment on whether these would be good in flower foam. Not all flowers like flower foam. Yeah, I can't see having any problems using these as a filler flower for any arrangement, or even just as much. I don't mind just a bunch, you know, and you just stagger. You can see it better, so you just pull them down, you know, when you want to place them in a vase, so that it's not just all being seen up the top. Yeah, just in a bunch. Beautiful. The next one I'll show you are called Noreen. These are a South African flower, and they are so interesting. They look like individual lilies, and I just think they're a really cool flower. I don't use Noreens as often as I would like to actually, so maybe I will start to put that on my list. But they're available late summer to autumn. It's a bit bendy because I didn't have it in a tall enough vase, and probably chasing some light. But if you look, let me see, I bought these closed, so not too closed, but you know, somewhat like this, because you know that it's then going to open. If you buy them completely closed, it might not open, may have been cut too early. So if you look here, this is it opening up. I'll pick one that's a little more open, and you can have from 6 to 12 little florets. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they'll all open, and I don't have any that are all open. That's probably the most open, but yeah, they'll all open and basically turn into little claws, in my opinion anyway. Just such a gorgeous and interesting flower. I really like them. They're also good because they can last up to 2 weeks, so that's pretty awesome. And you can just pull off these little outer shell bits, casings. They come in white, red, orange, pink, crimson. They're good for any flower arrangement. I can't stop talking about things just in bunches, because I do feel that you just get to appreciate, and by a bunch I mean this is a bunch, and when you start to arrange it, it's no longer a bunch, it's then an arrangement. So I just can't stop talking about flowers in bunches on its own. I just gives you the opportunity to have a look at the flowers individually. And my lucky last pick of this season is called Status or Limonium, and let me just show you what they look like up close. These guys are available from summer to autumn, but you can get them sporadically throughout the year, probably greenhouse grown, and not in every colour. Another Mediterranean beauty of a flower, and they can last up to 14 days, up to 2 weeks. The great thing I love about Status is they can be dried, and they dry beautifully. Not a lot of shrinkage, they will dry just like this. Every dry flower at some point will go brown. Even the white, like it won't stay as white as this, it will get a bit stained in colour. They're just a great filler flower, and I'll show you a stem. So that's one stem. Obviously all stems will not be the same. Like this is a stem, that's different to that. I think this was one of the flowers I put in a video I made some time ago about 5 of my favourite flowers to dry. I think Status was in it. If it's not, it's another one of my favourites too. So what I would do is I would, these were sitting in water, so I don't know if I can show you, but they're wet down here, so I would just lay them outside somewhere, let them dry off, so that when I put them in a cluster, they're not going to get moldy. And I would just bind it and hang it upside down, and it'll dry. It'll take a while to dry, weeks, maybe even a month to really dry. but they're just a beautiful, no scent to it, as they come in so many different colors: pink, yellow, purple. I never remember all the colors, but there's a lot. And yeah, you can dry them in all the colors. These are good as for any arrangement. These would be known as a filler flower. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Imagine that in a wedding bouquet. Like, just lovely. So yeah, status. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the different flowers that are available in autumn in Australia, and also, like I said earlier, they go into other seasons, some of these. I can smell the stock, it's so amazing. I actually like this little combo. What a gorgeous bunch of flowers. We'll see you again with another video.